Welcome to episode 223 of Snobcast.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh my god, everybody,
Wow.
we just lost everybody that was fucking listening to us.
That was epic. Wow, I want to do that again.
You want me to talk in falsetto? Imagine I do that.
Wow.
Okay, well, welcome to Snobcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for tuning in another week, another exciting episode.
Another one.
It's been an interesting week. One of us here on Snobcast had to drive out of province to go pick up their friends whose car broke down on the highway out of province. But you'll get to hear that a bit later on because first up, got a very special guest with us today from the film Anything for Jackson, which is currently being featured at the Fantasia Film Festival, which is all virtual this year.
Oh, of course, as all other festivals are.
Yeah, it started August 20th and it's until September 2nd, and we're very happy to welcome the one and only actress, screenwriter, and producer Konstantina Mantelos. So we're on the phone with actress, screenwriter, producer Konstantina Mantelos, and you're in Toronto, is that correct?
Yes, that is. Hi.
Hi, welcome to Snobcast.
Hello, welcome. Oh, God.
Don't be nervous. We already discussed this. You don't have to be nervous. This is like the most fun you'll have ever. One day when we make it really big, and you'll be like, "I was on that podcast," you know, and like it'll just be like, "Oh my God, they were so great."
Yes, exactly.
Very happy to be speaking to you today, fellow Canadian and also a Greek, you know, which is fine. I'm Italian, so I mean we kind of see eye to eye and all that. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
and we love to eat and all that stuff. But you've got a very exciting project coming up at the Fantasia Film Festival, which this year is going virtual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, so the entire film festival is going to be virtual. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure anyone in Canada is able to tune in and buy a ticket.
Okay.
And they'll be able to screen some premieres at the festival right from their homes.
Yeah, that's really great. And so the festival runs from August 20th to September 2nd. And the film that we're talking about today is Anything for Jackson. Now, I saw the trailer and I read the synopsis, and this looks like some scary shit.
Sorry about that. That's my dog just getting excited. Yes, it's a chillin' concept.
Tell us a bit about the film.
So the movie kind of starts with my character, Shannon Becker. I am 8 months pregnant, and I am kidnapped by...
Already off to a great start.
Right?
Yeah.
Even better, by a pair of elderly Satanists.
Amazing.
And their intention is to essentially perform a satanic ritual, a reverse exorcism on me. And they want to get the soul of their dead grandson into my unborn baby.
Wow. Wow. So kind of like almost like a 21st century Rosemary's Baby, but
a little bit, yeah,
but it looks a lot scarier and a lot and like, you know, it's really cool. The film looks great, and I'm excited to see it. And I love kind of like this. Horror films have kind of had a resurgence, I find, with the last few years, in the sense of like they're so much smarter and like more like bone chilling than ever before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the sort of modern resurgence of horror. You're seeing it a lot in people like Ari Aster, and Midsommar, Hereditary. Robert Eggers came out with The Witch a few years ago, and there's a lot of we're sort of pulling away from the kind of gore and blood and getting a little more into the psychology of the people who are going through these sort of horrific incidents.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing, right? So it's all about like the mind and what tricks the mind can play on you, and that's just that's what it got kind of like, you know, when I saw the trailer for Anything for Jackson, I was like, this is going to be smart and like really good, and so I'm congratulations on that, and it's your first feature film from what I understand.
Yes, yeah. Well, I had the privilege of being in what's called an MOW, a movie of the week, which was a Christmas Crush last year.
Oh, cool.
But this is my premiere in the sort of full out feature realm. And if it wasn't for this whole COVID thing, it'd be my first like theater premiere.
And how? So I mean, so it would have been your first like kind of red carpet, more or less, right?
Essentially, yeah.
So how do you feel about, you know, the times are different now? Like, how do you feel about maybe missing out on that red carpet experience?
Well, you know, I mean, I feel like anything with this COVID world, there's the cons, but then there's, you know, the way that everyone's pulling together and finding the pros. I obviously, you know, especially for a horror movie, the movie theater experience is so exciting to be a part of. I'd love to hear, you know, the screams in the audience, the fear, but at the same time, it means that the access to the movie is going to be so much bigger. I know.
Sure.
Yeah, I know so many people in my family, friends who've supported me, you know, in my career from the days of high school drama. They you know, would have never, you know, been able to go to the festival to see the premiere, and so now I can kind of share that experience with you know, family and friends across the country.
All right, yeah, that's a great way to look at it, and I mean, so also like everything is virtual. So I mean, we're talking on the phone, and like you're doing like Zoom versus like actual press junkets. It's a whole different ball game. But I mean, we're all working together to make it, you know, easy for everybody.
Exactly. I feel like we're seeing the best in a lot of people through this.
Yeah, exactly. So you also recently started your own production company. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's called Spinning Top Pictures. I started it with my now fiance, Douglas Gibbons.
Okay.
And it was, you know what, it was something that came out of, I had done the Ryerson acting program, and he had done the film program. And we graduated, and, you know, we're sort of new grads in the industry, and you know, excited to be a part of the film world and whatnot. And as most grads, I'm sure, can relate to, all of a sudden things kind of slow down, and you're not really the big shot you were in school, and you're sort of like, hey, well, what now?
Yeah.
And we sort of. In my case, I, you know, was starting to audition and whatnot, but I you know, especially when you get started, it can be quite disheartening. You're not going out for those dream roles you thought you were going to go out for right at the start. And so we decided to make a film together. Our first film was a film called Lake Song. And it went on to show it at some festivals, and we had some kind of lovely success with that. And that pushed us to create our second film, Departure, which is currently in the sort of film festival submission cycle right now.
Amazing.
And it's a wonderful sort of empowering thing for an actor and for filmmakers who are looking to make a name for themselves to just go out and start making your own stuff. You know, the tools are there now. So.
Yeah, no, they are. They're everywhere. Like, there's no excuses. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I'm losing you there, Gianni.
Did you hear me? Do you hear me?
Oh, you're good now. So say that again.
No, I was saying there's no excuses now. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so once again, the production company is called
Spinning Top Pictures.
Spinning Top Pictures. I like that.
Oh, thank you.
STP. That's cool. Yeah. So I like to talk to you about something else that I noticed. I followed you a few days ago on Instagram, and you've been doing this kind of like, watching a movie per day. Do you still do it even now, or did you stop?
We're continuing to do it, actually.
Okay.
I admit that it for a long time we had managed to keep it to like one a day.
Mm-hmm.
But once we reached about 130 or something, we had to fall off the wagon because something came up and we weren't stuck at home anymore.
Right.
But we have kept up with it. I think we're about 155 at this point.
That's incredible, because here at Snobcast we're huge. Well, some of us studied film and we are huge movie lovers. So like, I saw this and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Because I'm speaking for myself, during the quarantine when we were all home, I think in one day I watched like 4 movies, I think, and 4 or 5 movies even at that point. So it's really cool that you just decided to like, fuck it, I'm gonna like do like in-depth reviews, and like you're at 150 movies.
Yeah.
What's been like the best one that
it's a good time for movie lovers.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good time to catch up on anything, TV, movies, like.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is probably your favorite out of the movies you've seen?
Ooh, okay. It's a tough question because I've discovered a lot of really good stuff. But one that I will say to people, and it's a movie that, cinema people always say you should watch, and it's on a whole bunch of lists. But I finally watched Apocalypse Now.
Okay.
I watched the Redux that came out in 2004, the director's cut.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that movie holds up.
Yes, it does.
It was so incredibly, I find sometimes, I'm recommended older films and there's some great ones out there, but a lot of the time I feel like it's just sort of an educational thing, and you sort of learn, and movies have grown since the past and whatnot. But in this case, I was so blown away by the beauty of it, the themes that were being discussed, the sort of slow, quiet journey into the dark jungle was just so. I felt like if that movie came out this year, we'd probably be calling it like an atmospheric horror,
Yeah, almost pretty. Yeah, it's true. If you're interested, I don't know if you saw it. Also, there's also because it was that it was like a whole disaster production, right? Like the whole. There's the Hearts of Darkness documentary about the entire like journey, and it's pretty tiring to watch.
you feel the exhaustion.
It's like just exhaustive, and like you're like, Francis Ford Coppola, like hats off to you for even continuing to make the film, because it was such a disaster to make, but overall just a gem of a film, like years later. So
definitely.
That's great. I'm curious to know a bit about you. I mean, what made you want to start being an actress? And like, do you have any like actors or actors that inspire you?
Ooh, let's see. I would say I'm a big fan of Amy Adams.
Great choice.
I kind of watched her in a bunch of things in kind of more recent years of her career, and I'm always so inspired by her work. And she has such a range. I loved her work in Annihilation, and then not Annihilation.
Arrival.
Arrival. Thank you. In Arrival, and then you see her like in Sharp Objects, and she's just a completely different person.
I haven't seen that one yet. I need to see that Sharp Objects.
Oh, very good. But I became an actor because as a kid I had a big imagination, and and I was always daydreaming, and to me, sort of the fantasy worlds that I created around myself were always so much more interesting, than the real world. I was always the kid playing pretend, and I think that sort of I think that sort of grew into my love of film and my love of performing. I think movies and storytelling in general, it has this wonderful way of sort of making us look at the world through a very particular lens. And I think the movies we watch and the stories we tell really shape the way that we see the world. And I really wanted to be a part of that.
Wow, that's beautiful. I don't even. Wow, that's the perfect way to put it. I mean, I'm a huge movie buff. I've been watching films all my life, and like that's why we continue to watch films, and that's why we hope for great films to be made, and because like that's how we perceive everything in our life.
Exactly, and film is one of the most accessible of those art forms. I know.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, my fiance always talks about how he grew up in a family of a bunch of brothers and sisters, and they were sort of middle class income, and so it's not like they could go to the theater with like the stage theater with the whole family or anything like that. So the movies was the place to go and the place to kind of access art and stories and whatnot.
Wow, great. Yeah, I agree with you. That's all I got to say. I got two more questions for you before we let you go. So,
Sure.
I mean, this is a horror film, anything for Jackson, but what would you cite as your favorite horror film?
Ooh, okay. It's a tricky one, but
Okay.
I would say right now, Midsummer is probably my favorite horror film.
Yeah, that definitely shook me, especially the first 10 minutes of that film. You go in and you don't expect that, and you're like, okay, this is going to take me on a journey for the next 2.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Aster definitely knows how to pull at the heartstrings and just kind of like you're devastated at the start of that film, and then things just spiral out of control.
Things just get worse from that moment on. You're like, all right. Great choice. Great choice. And is there? I'm gonna switch the question. You said that's more recent. Is there anything that you grew up that you saw growing up that you're like, oh, this is it could even be a guilty pleasure. That you're like, that even if it's cheesy, it doesn't matter.
Well, I for a long time my favorite movie was actually Psycho.
Okay.
So I'd say that, and my sort of non-horror realm favorite was actually My Cousin Vinny, and that remains to be a favorite to this
Of course,
day.
Two youths. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Great. So, Anything for Jackson is the film, and it will be premiering at the Fantasia Film Festival, all virtually online this year, August 20th to September 2nd. What are some last words you can tell our listeners about the film? Should they get their blankets ready to cover their face? Should they be with someone, or should they watch it alone?
I would just say, get ready to scream.
Okay. Okay, that's some great advice. I was like, okay, where's she gonna go with this? Oh,
maybe don't have the popcorn in your hands because it might get tossed around.
All right, great. Konstantina Mantelos, thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you for taking the time. And we look forward to seeing the final product during the film festival.
Thank you so much. I hope everyone's able to check it out.
All right, have a great day, and we'll talk soon.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Super sweet girl, right?
Yeah, that was
you know
very,
what?
very
Ja,
good.
we're so glad you brought us along for that one.
Yeah,
I actually didn't.
I know.
I was waiting in the car.
Yeah, sometimes the interviews have to be done.
He didn't even crack a window.
Yeah, because I couldn't waste any gas.
Couldn't waste any gas. It's not like it's a Tesla that you could put on pet mode.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Oh yeah. The Teslas, if you leave a pet in the car, what happens is you put your car on pet mode, and on the screen it'll show don't worry, don't break into this car, don't call the authorities, everything's fine, it's on pet mode, air conditioning is on, and the pet is okay.
that is a thing. It's true.
Yeah.
Wow, and how much energy does that waste?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking
No one gives a shit.
battery doctor.
I'm not a fucking sales rep over here.
Yeah, you think I reps? Do I look like Elon Musk?
Oh, Elon Musk. Again, thank you to Konstantina Mantelos. You can screen her film Anything for Jackson, the horror film, creepy film.
Oh yes.
part of the Fantasia Film Festival, being it's just virtually being streamed right now.
I haven't seen a horror movie in a long time. I think I'm gonna give it a look.
The trailer looks extremely frightening.
Yeah,
yeah,
sick. You know what other trailer looks extremely frightening?
What's that?
The new fucking Batman trailer.
Oh, looks good. Steve hasn't seen it yet.
Hey, you haven't seen it?
yet.
It actually looks, honestly,
Looks pretty good.
yeah. If
very
it's not
dark.
Hollywood magic again, where the trailer is gonna be the best part of the movie, this movie looks like it's gonna be pretty good.
Honestly, if they didn't release another trailer, I'd be okay.
Yeah. They
They
gotta
sold me
stop.
already.
They gotta stop showing we don't need like a 7-minute red band.
But this
There's-
was the first one, right?
Yeah,
This is the
there's
teaser.
another
First, a
two.
teaser, but it was a pretty now. Remember when teasers were like a minute? Now they're
Yeah.
like 2 minutes.
Oh,
So it's like it's
yeah.
a trailer, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a trailer.
and then for example, like here in Canada, we're getting Tenet being released on Wednesday, and they released a third Tenet trailer, which I'm like, why would I even watch this? Like, I don't want to know. I already don't know what the movie's about. I don't want to know what it's about.
I think
wanna-
I've only seen the first one. The first
correct.
trailer,
Yeah, which one that keeps
Yeah.
coming up all the time.
I find trailers just give away too much now.
Nowadays, it's insane. Just stop with the fucking giving away everything.
Don't you guys miss when they used to do trailers back in like the mid to late 90s where it was always that guy in a world?
Yeah.
You know, like the,
Yeah, the voiceover. Today
Yeah.
is the day where Robert Palmer and his family don't see the light of day.
Hey, remember when we did that whole movie thing? Oh yeah, you're just you're Eastern Berlin, just running dogs.
Oh yeah,
That was guys, cute dogs. Siren. That was great.
Was that season one? Quote
Yeah.
unquote?
Yeah, that was-
We should do another.
Yeah, we should do
sometime.
another.
Yeah.
Let us know. Hit us up.
What do you guys want to see?
Hit us up on the social medias on the Snob Media page if you guys would like us to make another audio trailer.
Yeah, or hit us up on our email. That's
snobcastpod
At gmail.com. That's
snobcastpod.
Yes.
At gmail.com.
Yes. Puddle of Dicks.
oh baby.
Oh, yeah.
Remember POD though?
The
Remember
band School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, Steve knows the song.
Yeah.
Steve also knows that other Ubestank song.
The one that no one knows.
Yeah.
The
Oh
Ubestank.
my-
Guys,
it's-
I don't know if you remember Ubestank, The Reason. What year was like 99?
Another
Oh my
person.
But then Steve knows the other one that no one knows.
Okay, first of all, The Reason is complete steaming fucking garbage.
Okay, of course, because it's
But-
emotional.
Anything about feelings.
What else?
Crawling in the dark.
Crawling
Never
in the
heard
dark.
of it. Is it like crawling in my skin, like Linkin Park?
Makes
No,
me
but
think
it's-
of
it's-
Hereditary. I
If
don't
you
like
have
it.
to think of a Linkin Park song, I would think of. Guys, you remember where you were? Music Plus was on. It was the first time.
Is it
fucking
Hybrid
Linkin-
Theory time? Like Hybrid Theory? Like
I
the
think
first
that was
album?
on
You guys don't like
Hybrid,
Numb/Encore?
No,
Oh, Jay-Z.
it was all about One Step Closer.
Yeah.
One step closer.
That's not
Yeah.
what?
That's not how it goes?
No,
Oh.
because I'm one step
Step
closer to the edge.
and I'm about to break. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
remember
Yeah,
that?
no, I remember
Yeah,
it.
that was a great
Man,
song.
when that fucking music video first came on, I was like, what? Like fucking 11? They're in
Oh
like
my
this
God.
alley. I don't know what's going on.
No.
And then they start fucking.
Whatever showed like anger, Steve was like,
yeah.
yes.
Where is this? Oh, it's just like a back alley in Seattle or something. He's like, what's going on? I don't understand.
Probably
What?
Fresno, California.
Yeah,
though. I'm
oh,
not gonna
Fresno,
lie.
California.
Yeah,
You
Fresno.
think? Oh,
I'm
Probably.
sure there's needles on the floor.
Every time somebody talks to me about Fresno, California, it makes me think of Bad News Bears. You guys ever watch that movie?
Well, wait, the remake or the
The
original?
one with Billy Bob Thornton.
The Billy Bob Thornton
Yeah.
one's pretty good.
It was good when they say we stunk so bad they can smell our shit up in Fresno.
Yeah.
that was
Bad
good.
News Bears?
Yeah, you
Billy
never
Bob
seen
Thornton.
that?
It's a baseball film.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I know Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah,
All right.
well,
Well,
okay.
it's like saying, "Oh, I don't feel the dreams."
Oh, it's always got to go with be religious with you. Yeah. How was you guys? What's going on?
Listen,
How was your weekend?
I'm gonna just go out and say it that I saved some of our, like 2 of our friends' lives.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So it was me, if anyone was wondering.
yeah, it was.
I had to drive out of province.
All right, you can turn off this podcast now.
If you don't want to hear the rest of the story,
Yeah.
you could turn it off.
Yeah. So what exactly what happened?
I had an interesting Saturday. I was trying to be the good son, so I messaged my mom and I'm like, "Hey, ma, let's go for breakfast." You know, this was Friday night. She says, sure, no problem. So, but then she texted me Saturday morning and was like, oh, no, I'm not down.
The coronavirus. Coronavirus.
So I was like, oh, great. Then, oddly enough, my girlfriend calls me up, which she never does in the morning. She calls me, and she goes, hey, what's up, whatever. I'm like, oh, I kind of feel kind of shitty. Like, I tried to do, like, the good thing, you know, and my mom canceled on me.
And I'm about to break. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then we have a bit of, like, a half-hour conversation, and then she goes, are you still hungry? I'm like, I haven't eaten, so, yeah, I'm hungry, and I'm always fucking hungry, all right?
Join the club. Story of my life.
But like between me and Andrea, like I'm usually the one that's always hungry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. She goes, okay, come get me. Let's go for brunch. I'm
Nice.
like, oh, great fucking idea.
So and you're the type of person that loves brunch.
I love brunch.
Anything that mixes two different meals together.
Yeah.
Where you can get fucked by pancakes and lunch.
Yes, I get my eggs, my bacon.
Yeah.
In this scenario was eggs and salami.
Yeah.
Wow. So we headed up Arthur's Nosh Bar in Montreal. I've never been.
I'm so jealous.
We waited an hour.
An hour for what?
They texted us, so we took a drive.
What did they say? You have to wait an hour.
Yeah, like the wait's an hour. Do you want to wait? And we're like,
shit.
yeah, we're here at this point. May as well do it. I had nothing else to do.
You walked around.
We walked around. We took a drive, and then it turns out it wasn't an hour. It was like 40 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad. That's
and the thing with Arthur's is inside it's very small. But now because of COVID, they're only doing the outside terrace.
What's COVID?
So they're only doing the outside terrace patio thing.
Yeah.
So we go, we eat. We had pancakes. I had eggs. I had fucking challah.
Challah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And the salami, fried salami. Like so
I never had fried salami. I never had salami that was... Do you ever have cooked salami?
Dude.
Yeah.
The pieces are like thick, like an inch and a half thick.
I love it. The second we start talking about adding inches, it's great.
Did you have the pancakes?
Yeah.
Yes, and the seasonal fruit that day, I guess it changed every weekend, was blueberries. So it's blueberry pancakes.
Nice. Quebec blueberries, baby.
Exactly.
Quebec blueberries.
By local.
Andrea had like the breakfast sandwich. She did not eat vegan that day.
No?
No. She had salami and everything.
Nice. She's one of those awesome vegans.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Because she does vegan.
When she's by herself, she'll definitely be militant. Yeah.
But with people, she will be as the group does, which is great. It's cool.
Thank you. I'll relate the message if she's
It's cool. No. It's because I have some vegan friends that it's like
super militant.
Yeah. I don't know. You can I don't know. Eat grains that were grown 4 miles within chickens. Okay,
they're the ones that went to Storm and Joe Beef.
Yeah. God, let's not even go back there. You already know where I stand on that.
So then we had brunch, and then it's like, okay, well, we weren't supposed to see each other anyways in the first place, Andrea and I. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bring you back home. Then out of nowhere, our friend Joey calls us, and I'm like, oh, what's up? He goes, dude, I'm stranded on the 40, 20 minutes from Ottawa. My Alfa Romeo broke down. I'm like, oh, fuck. He says, can you come get us?
You were freaking out because usually you're like, oh, my God, I thought it was going to be a Fiat.
So then I'm like, oh, is Kaylee with you? Kaylee's his wife.
Yes.
She's pregnant. So I'm like, he's like, yeah, she's with me. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, look, I have to drop off Andrea. Let me drop her off and I'll come to you, you know? And they also bribed me with Popeyes.
I've never had it. You guys, you've both had Popeyes.
We both had Popeyes.
Wow.
I fucking love Popeyes.
I already know your take on Popeyes, but what's your take on Popeyes? How do you like?
Popeyes is like fucking crack,
it's
heroin,
crack,
and everything else you could want in one.
So what you're telling me is that Popeyes definitely makes a fucking dent.
But I think Steve agrees with me here is that we've had Popeyes in Vegas and we had Popeyes in Toronto.
Yeah.
In Toronto was a lot better.
Yeah.
Because in the States, they like already the biscuits are salted. But in the States was like...
Oh, it's like I
opened,
brick of salt. Like, you know those table salt boxes? It's like I fucking opened one up and I just...
You cannot compare any food anywhere on the planet to food in the States. It's either too sweet or too salty all the time.
But I'm not saying I would never have Popeyes in the States. But
Absolutely
I'm just saying, but Steve and I traveled to Toronto last summer. We had Popeyes, like, we went to Toronto for 4 days. We had Popeyes 3 out of the 4 days.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And we Uber Eats that shit, you know?
Yeah?
Like, yeah.
One time was twice in the same day.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't want to say that out loud.
My only regret, my only regret in life right now for the last couple of years was that time that we went to Boston that we didn't have Wahlburgers.
And Steve and I had Wahlburgers.
We did.
Was it good?
It was good, actually.
It's quite good. Yeah, I have a cup. I don't know if you still have your cup.
Maybe.
Is it? What is it? Does it say something
It
on
says
the cup?
Wahlburgers Las Vegas. It's green.
Oh, it just says that.
Yeah.
It doesn't say hi to your mother for me. It would have been good if they would have done like a gimmick like
But
that.
I remember the burger being good.
It was really good. It was really good over there.
Yeah.
It's like less fast foodie.
It's not an In-N-Out burger, but
No, I've
It's-
never had it.
But it's like you could you have to like sit down and stuff.
it's a sit down. Yeah, the waiters come to and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But
cool.
it was really good.
Yeah, that's right. So I mean, so they're stranded on the highway. I'm like, all right, cool. Turns out Andrea wanted to come along for the ride too, so we ended up going both of us down to get them. We get their location. They're like in Castleman, Ontario.
Send me location.
Khabib. Send me location. Say
Just
what?
tell me where, and that's it.
So they're in like Castleman, Ontario, which is 20 minutes from Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
Joe tells me, "Hey, put in your GPS Calypso Water Park." I'm like, okay. So I put Calypso, but it turns out Calypso is a lot further than where the fuck they were.
Oh my god.
So then halfway, we're almost getting to. We passed the Ontario border, and I get a text from Joe, be like, "No, we're here now." So they're in Castleman at Brian's Bar and Grill.
Oh, that's what you had sent me. Brian's Bar and Grill. Somebody
Yeah.
sent that.
So it's this fuck.
Truck stop.
So I get to Brian's Bar and Grill.
Shout out to Brian, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Brian. I get there. Joe's waiting outside. Kaylee's in the bathroom. Joe's like, "Ha!"
He was all happy.
And then he pulled his fake finger guns on me. He's like, "Welcome to Castleman." And then he started to shoot me, and then Andrew and I get out of the car, and Joe's like, "Okay, so I'm sorry, we're gonna go back." And I'm like, "Go back?" I'm like, "You made me drive all the way here. Fuck, I'm going to fucking Ottawa."
Yeah.
I'm 20 minutes away from Ottawa. Andrew's never been. Let's just drive by Parliament and be like, "This is Ottawa." You know what I mean?
Did you buy fireworks?
No. Oh, that's what Joe wanted to
You
do.
could buy
fuck.
fireworks in Ottawa.
Joe wanted
Well,
to
you can
fucking
also buy fireworks at the gas station here on the 25.
That's Joe actually mentioned that. So, anyways, in the end, we ended up driving to Ottawa. We went for a beer in the market, and then they treated us to Popeyes, and then we drove back. But then in the end, the Joe's Alfa Romeo apparently will be fixed.
What was the reason why they couldn't take their
so
CAA
check this
back?
out. So AAA or CAA, whatever, they came to pick up the car and put on a flatbed, but they're like, "Hey, we can't take you back with us."
They should have. Yeah, but you see, that's fucking dumb. You got to find your own way back.
Well,
after.
because of COVID, they're like, "Yeah, no, we can't have you all in the same car."
Well, you see, CAA should have planned a service that brings them back in a separate car.
You would think.
Yeah, so then that's where I know they called Steve. I know they called me. They asked you.
They put it in the
as
whole
well.
group chat.
Which thank God I didn't read it because thank God Joe called me. I didn't read it.
When I woke up and I saw that you were already on your way there, and I'm like, oh, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. So AAA or CA wouldn't take them back, so they were pretty much stranded. So Joe, being an officer of the law, called the OPP. You know me. And and they escorted them to Brian's Bar and Grill.
Oh well, at least.
So and that was that, and it was really weird because Kaylee was telling me how they trusted her so much that Kaylee's in the front seat of the cop car, Joe's in the back seat, and
that makes sense.
And then next to Kaylee is a fucking handgun. And and the car keys are in the car, and Kaylee's like, "This is how white I am." They don't even think I can steal the fucking car. That's also Canadian cops, I guess.
Yeah, you would never see that happen in the States.
No, in Canada, you mean? Oh, in the States, they would definitely be gone.
Yeah,
and
they would
have shot the cop.
Well, they would.
Sure.
Yeah, no. What would have happened? No, what would have happened was that when they would have called the cops would have shown up, and they would have probably shot. They would probably executed both of them.
Yeah, the pregnant lady and Joe.
Yeah, the pregnant lady and Joe.
The cop.
And then they would, in a police briefing, they would have. Well, what happened was that the suspects were deemed to be white, even though we thought they were black, and whatever. You know how it goes in the U.S.
Yeah. So thankfully that didn't happen. They got a lift to Brian's Bar and Grill. I picked them up, and then we just went on our merry ways. But it was a fun. It was a very unexpected fucking
It makes you think of how car trouble can just
and
derail.
It made me think of how grateful I was to have a new fucking car.
Yeah.
Honestly, because you guys knew my car I had before this one, the Hyundai Santa Fe, which went on a nice little trek there.
It had a great run.
Yeah.
And I would have never been able to drive to Ottawa with that car.
No.
It would have also broke down, and I would have to call someone else.
Did you ever have any car trouble with that one?
That's a great question, Tom. Where do I begin?
Did it ever stall? Did it ever
stall? The day that we decided that it was dead, I was like 0.2 kilometers away from my house. It was the corner of Jarry and VO. I had a trunk full of groceries.
For all you Americans, that's 1/64th of a mile.
From my house, guys. Like, I had groceries in the back, and that was it.
It just bite of that milk.
It just decided to die. I had to wait for a truck.
He made a little bit of trunk cheese, if you know what I mean.
Jesus. Waited for a tow truck. My dad it died on my sister's birthday. So we were all going to my sister's condo for a party. It died. My dad, on his way to my sister's, stopped by, took my groceries, and brought them to my house while I waited for the tow truck to come.
I would have just lit it on fire there.
But that was just like one thing. It died. Like, there was times it just, the fucking alternator is dead. They're like, oh, this is dead. Oh, that's dead. And it's like, hey, why is he making that noise? I don't ask questions anymore. Just fucking drive the car, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You made me think. I remember my car used to have
a Lancer, right?
Yeah, and it used to, I mean, for the most part, it always was super reliable. There was a period where my battery would just constantly die. Even though I changed it. I would change it, and they're like, oh, maybe it's a fuse, and they would check. And like, oh, okay, it's fixed. And then you're like, oh, you're good. You leave the garage. You start it. It turns over nice. You're like, oh, nice. I get to work. I'm in the parking lot. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Boost it. Get in the car. Drive it a little bit. Get home. It works. The next morning, get up to go to work. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? It's car trouble is one of those things like it shoots you in the foot. That's all it does. Like in the morning, especially if you have to get up and you got to go to work you plan, you plan your morning. You know that like, okay,
you have your routine.
You have your routine, and you know like what time you need to get in the car to get to work on time. And the second you get it everything has to come together, and the car is the major part of that. Because if the car doesn't work, you only find out when you have 15 minutes left to get to work. You know? That's that. Has that ever happened?
But before you get to Steve, I know your Mitsubishi Lancer had a great jizz stain in the back seat.
Okay, let's move on from the jizz stain in the back seat.
Steve?
There were good times. There were good times in that car.
I'm also no stranger to car trouble.
Steve had a great fucking. Was it a red fucking
neon?
A red Pontiac G5.
G5. That's a neon.
Oh yeah.
And it was all in French.
Yeah.
And everything.
that must have pissed you off.
Yeah,
so
I
much.
was like,
I don't want it to say kilometerage.
So, I'm driving home one day. Okay, I'm leaving a friend's. All right, I'm not far from home.
Was it winter?
I
think it was.
I think
it was cold.
It was cold. It was fall.
Okay.
It was the fall. Okay, I was starting to get cold. So
it was the 2 weeks between summer and winter. Okay.
So I'm leaving my friend's house, and as soon as I start my car, things go off like wrong foot right away. Like I'm leaving. First of all, it's on the later side of the. It's late. I'm driving home, and I'm flooring it, but I'm barely going forward.
Oh God!
So I'm like, this isn't good. But I'm like, okay, look, I'm not far from home. Let me get there. I'll deal with it in the morning. I'll go to the garage. So, I'm on a major boulevard. I have my hazards because I'm barely going anywhere.
That gives me anxiety, honestly. Like going to bed knowing that there's a chance that tomorrow I wake up and the car is like still, like you feel like you're gonna go to bed and like the car's gonna heal.
I didn't want to think until the next morning. I was just like, look, I know I'm gonna go to the garage, but let's get home now. Yeah. It's late, okay? So this major boulevard, eventually turns into a highway. So I get there, I'm trudging along, I'm flooring it, but the best I could get out is 60.
Oh God! People are fucking flipping you off because you're like.
Now, right now, I'm right. So this highway ends where I live. So my area, it's right where this highway ends. Mm-hmm. So I'm almost there. And then suddenly, all my dials, so my gas, the speed, all that, goes to 0.
Oh.
They all just...
like in the movies. Like in the movies. No!
And my brake seizes.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm kind of going along. I'm like, what the fuck do I do now?
Windows down, Daniel Sterning all the way.
So my car's like off or whatever the fuck's happening with like 0 brake, okay? I'm heading towards where I live. Now, to just give you an idea, so here's what I have. I have straight. Now, there's an overpass. So I have to go uphill, okay? I have no power.
You have no momentum.
So I'm scared I'm going to go and roll back down into the highway.
Oh, God. It sounds like a Denzel Washington movie.
You know, not great. The other thing I have...
It was nighttime by.
Yes. I have a lane that goes into the highway that it crosses. But there's no shoulder, so if I stop there, I'm just blocking a way onto a major highway and I'm asking for fucking trouble.
Yeah.
So
you don't have much to worry about. You're not in Russia.
It's like they're like filming Tenet.
Yeah.
You have to
so I have about a centimeter or two of brake that's allowing me to hit it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to brake. I go into the very beginning of the shoulder for the highway because I was ready. If I couldn't stop, I was like I had to throw myself in the ditch. I couldn't stop. I'm like,
imagine you just open your door and you jump out.
No, I was ready. I had everything. I was ready. Like I might have to like throw myself because I can't be stuck in like the fucking merging lane of the 440. You know.
God.
So I get into the very beginning of the shoulder. Okay, I'm stopped. So I'm like, okay, this isn't good. I'm stopped. Let's try this. Okay, so I turn my key. Nothing.
No
not even turning. Not
even like a.
I turn my key and I'm like, oh no. So that's not good, you know. So I'm sitting there in like the fucking highway,
panicking.
Could we just say how Steve is definitely not this calm when this is
happening? Yeah, no, definitely not this calm.
I was like this. I was like this. Like
you were flat.
I was like
you were flat.
You have to do something smart.
I can't panic. I'll panic when I'm out of here. That's fine. But right now I have to get the fuck off this highway.
For all of you that don't know Steve by now,
he's probably like
fuck inside. Yeah, internally there is like I don't know if you guys know of any of the conflicts in the Middle East, but none of them can hold a glass of water
to Steve.
To the conflict inside Steve. I'm surprised you didn't drive your car off an overpass onto the 440 and just launch it.
Just to wing it.
Just nose first onto like.
Well, as I'm like going like, oh my car doesn't work. Eventually, I feel the brake like release, so it goes from being locked like it goes. Soft. I push it down to where it goes.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that's a good start. Now I turn the key. It's good, like a good minute, 2 minutes. I'm trying to do this. It comes back on. So I'm like, okay, good. I'm super. I could have walked to my house if I wanted. I could have left my car. Okay. So
come back to it in the morning.
Still there.
So I have enough power. I get over that little overpass. It dies again.
At least you're over the overpass.
Yeah, I'm over the overpass. I do it again. Car starts back up, and I like lightly glide to my house. Okay?
How are you gliding? Your house is like a straight street.
You're just coasting.
I have to go straight. I have to go second left, right. As I go, I just glide
right into your driveway.
Right into my driveway, and that was the last time I drove my car. It had apparently in the end it had like a hole in the engine or some shit like that.
A hole in the engine. It's like it feels like one of those movies where like the pilot has to shut off all the engines. No, we're gonna. It's like Sully. We're gonna put it down in the Hudson.
We're gonna do it on the Hudson. Except Steve has the 440.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it in Rivière Prairie.
There's a title there somewhere.
There's a title. Yeah.
Did you see somebody? But there's a plane in the fucking river.
Oh my god! Imagine Wolf's River featuring Steve Palumbo.
Lac de Valdebris.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Valde broken.
It's weird, and I feel like your ethnic song of the week is the one that you had playing right before your car died.
It was belting it out right before.
Is that why it died?
You know, it couldn't handle this track
because that was crazy. I can't believe that Imagine Dragons destroyed your car.
Well, that would make more sense, honestly.
that would make sense.
But so do you have a song for us this week?
I do have a song for us. It's a little coloring outside the lines.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is it's mostly in English, but I don't give a shit because it's a great song, and he says a few words in Spanish, so it makes it very eligible for this next segment.
The Hype Man's Ethnic Song of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you have to plug it?
Or
I could freebase
just
it.
freebase it.
All right, we're gonna freebase
it into the mic. Tonight's
guys,
one of those nights that this podcast just happened.
That's a good point. It's late.
It's late, but it's nice and cool
Nice
right
and
now.
cool.
You can hear I don't know if our listeners can hear the crickets. Can you guys hear them?
Before you put your ethnic song, so I told you guys earlier that I've been like tracking my snoring with an app.
Oh yeah, that was a good. How does that work?
There's an app called Snore Lab.
it listens to you.
So and it records when you snore throughout the night. But
So you have your own CIA agent listening in
to
on
me
you.
snoring.
Yes,
Yes.
okay.
But last night or the night before, my window's been open the past few nights. All you hear is my snoring and the fucking crickets outside.
And then right after it's, hi, my name's Jerome, and tonight we're gonna take you to a time long ago. You know,
Where
you get
those
those
kings and queens.
yeah, a story of kings and queens.
I get those ads too. Jerome Flynn, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hype Man's Ethnic Song of the Week.
Bailamos, let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos, te quiero, amor mío. Bailamos, wanna live this life forever. Bailamos, te quiero, amor mío. Te quiero.
Oh, Fade Out.
That was great,
Holy
Steve.
shit.
Steve,
That was
if
perfect.
no one knows that song, but please give us the title anyway.
Guys, if you don't know this song, please.
The Here also.
Please.
It's
Bandolero
Oh,
by
do I
Don
have-
I
Omar.
think it's
I don't know
98.
98 or 99. I'll
No, it's not 99.
No.
Jamie, can you pull that up?
I feel like it's 98. I don't feel like it's
98.
99.
Let's
99 was the year of Smooth, so nothing
Yeah,
else came out that
Exactly.
give me the thing.
year. What?
Give me the good thing.
You
no,
called
the
it
exact one. The exact one.
the exact
You know what
one.
I'm talking
I know exactly
You know
what,
what
you're
I'm
talking
talking
about. I'm
What
gonna
are we
hit you up.
talking about?
I'm gonna hit you up on the soundboard.
Joe cracked the dawn, Herb got it.
1999.
Get
Wow.
out.
Wow.
So that was competing with Smooth.
Wow.
That's right, guys. The 99 single by Enrique, son of Julio Iglesias.
Son of Julio. Wow.
Bailamos.
Oh my god.
Guys, Bailamos. I mean, everybody knows this song.
What a
It's-
banger.
it's
For
a
the longest
fucking
time,
banger.
I thought the chorus was "Let the river take you over" by Lamos. I thought it was like a location.
I also thought he said, but I thought he's talking about a river
Yeah.
as well.
But it's Enrique. It's talking about the rhythm.
yeah, I know, but he can't speak.
That's a good point. And it's weird. I gave Steve the okay to use this as an ethnic song because Enrique at some points was like recording English and Spanish songs. And I was like, oh, maybe there's
Well,
definitely a Spanish
he-
version
he
of
still-
Bailamos.
he still does.
No, he still does. But like, I'm like, there's definitely a Spanish version, all Spanish of Bailamos, and there fucking isn't.
I was very
Imagine-
surprised.
Imagine the Spanish version of Bailamos is just called Let's Dance. Like every other lyric in the song is in Spanish except for Bailamos said Let's dance.
What a great song.
It is
Yeah.
great.
It's powerful.
It's powerful. It's about forbidden love. I mean, if you've seen the music video, he's like kind of like he's into this girl, but she's with like the neighborhood gangster who's very decked out in a white suit and hat. He
Very
looks
99.
formidable. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what?
And he has this thing where he like waves his homies over. He's like,
I think I might need to add this song to the playlist.
Yo,
I th-
that's,
I-
yeah.
that's not on it yet.
please add it.
I have to add it to the
You
playlist.
should add that, and you should also add the other Enrique classic. All I need is a rhythm, baby.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
we don't need any more red
Yeah.
wine.
What about Escape? You can run, you can hide, but you can't escape my lobe.
Oh my god, that's
No,
amazing.
I'm more Julio. Guy,
Why does
to
he
be
chase
honest.
people with his lobes? Guys. I just wanna share with our listeners right now that next week the Snobs are gonna be out and about.
There will be an episode, but
Yeah.
we will be out and about.
Yeah, out and about.
We'll have stories.
Snobs gone wild, literally in the wilderness.
The Snobs haven't taken any time off, and me almost having Corona twice.
Twice, 3 times. I keep forgetting how many times you almost caught coronavirus.
I don't know, but it's too much.
Quite a couple of scares. Can you stay indoors this next week?
Okay.
You know?
Except Steve and I are going to see Tenet, but I mean, yeah, we'll be inside.
Yeah.
It'll be inside.
It's very safe.
It's socially
very
distant.
safe. Yeah.
Socially distant.
Wear masks, okay? Cause
No, that's not.
Absolutely.
We're getting fined if not. From $400 to $6,000.
Yeah,
So,
I'm good. You know.
let's figure it out which one it is, guys. 400 or 6,000.
either or. I feel like I wouldn't want to pay it.
Yeah.
Even if they would tell me like, how bad do you guys feel when you lose $20?
Pretty bad. I had to pay a speeding ticket the other day.
those fucking
where'd you
burn
get clipped?
De Grand Prairie in front of the
my
Guzzo
God.
Oh, fuck off.
Wow.
on Andrea's birthday.
Wow. Happy birthday,
I was doing
Andrea.
70.
Happy
And
birthday.
I was just following the guy, and the guy's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
What do you mean you were following?
But I just made a thing. Like the guy was going too slow, and I cut him off. And then, but he didn't give me any points off.
That's
So for that, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
It's okay. He just made you donate to the pension fund.
Yeah, the
instead.
$28 pension fund
It's
for the Christmas party. That won't happen because of Corona.
It's just such a waste of money to get tickets, guys.
It is, yeah.
How stupid do you feel when you get a parking ticket?
I haven't got one in a long time.
Fucking shit. I got one for work the other day.
You should clean on your expenses.
One
I should.
One time I remember I was in the old port. We went to an art gallery. There was like
Oh,
the
sorry.
guy. Do
They
you
were
guys ever hear of
fancy as
Sticky
fuck.
Peaches?
No, I fucking haven't.
He's the guy that does the artwork on the Romeo's gin bottles.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
nice.
Oh, like
And-
the fox and all that shit?
Huh?
Is there a fox on it?
No, there's like flowers, I think.
Just shut up.
There's all kinds of stuff on it.
I'm talking to myself.
But there was like a viewing at an art gallery, and it was sponsored by Romeo's Gin, so there was just like unlimited amounts of gin
For free?
for free.
Holy fucking
Well, I go to that
shit.
art gallery.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, look at this parking. How come nobody's parked directly in front of the door?
There you go.
And I parked there, and I got slapped. And it wasn't even like a normal parking zone, so it was like $120 ticket.
And
I was
you're
like,
Oh,
downtown.
that's
wow.
bullshit.
And you're downtown.
Yeah, and I'm downtown.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, you gotta be wow.
More than $70 they extorted you.
Yeah.
But now the thing
completely.
is, you can't park anywhere because everywhere's a bike lane. So
Oh my
fuck
god!
you.
Oh my god! Can we? I have a lot of anger towards that, but I feel like we should keep that for another
next week,
episode.
you know?
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
But for now, I feel like it's been a great fucking show, guys.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
It has.
And we've had car troubles. We've had issues with Jackson from this movie. Anything for Jackson?
Yes, Jackson. Though I hope I hope he comes out of it okay.
Honestly, we have to watch the movie to find out.
Yeah, we
Unless
do.
he's the antagonist. And I hope he doesn't.
Oh, Jesus. I'd like to thank our very special guest, Konstantina Mantelos from Anything for Jackson. Once again, you can stream that on the virtual Fantasia Film Festival, which is running from now until September 2nd. Be sure to check that out. And be sure to follow Konstantina on Instagram. You should also follow Hype Man Steve at Palstev. Chef Thomas DiDonato
I don't even know how to respond to that.
on Instagram as well. That's Chef Thomas DiDonato.
Yeah, please, guys. If you guys need some catering done, just hit me up.
Yeah, and
Fucking do it.
you can also follow me at Snob Media. Snob Media. And with that, any closing words?
Stay safe out there, and if you're gonna park, make sure you park on a bike lane.
Steve?
If you have any questions, inquiries, business ops, hit us up at snobcastpod
At
at gmail.com. That's snobcastpod.
Oh wait, I do have something to tell people.
Yes.
If ever any of you are stranded and CA comes to pick you up, maybe the snobs start a car service.
Yeah, just call us. You can hit us
Yeah.
up on Instagram at Snob Media.
Yeah.
And we'll probably come get you. Hopefully you're in province, or maybe a little bit out of province, but
We'll
if
charge you.
If you're in the States, we're not coming.
Snob cars and rock stars, we'll do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we'll play some great fucking tunes for
Oh,
you.
guaranteed. Bailamos is definitely on it.
Definitely.
Bailamos.